Pope Francis addressed the Roman Catholic Church and the world yesterday through a 184-page encyclica, which is one of the most important writings or letters a pontiff will issue. Typically, it involves direction on Catholic faith, errors in understanding doctrine, or suggests possible solutions to global issues. Joining me is UC San Diego professor of climate science, V. Ramanathan, who advised the Pope on climate change issues. And Ram, you're a member of the Pontifical Academy of Sciences. Remind us of what that academy is and what your role is there.
It's basically an academy of 80 scientists chosen from around the world in all disciplines of natural and social sciences. And
you briefly spoke to the Pope Francis, about climate change. Tell us what happened and what you say to him.
Yes, this was, we organized a meeting on climate change in 2014 of thought leaders from around the world. It was a 3-day meeting. At the end of it, I was chairing the session, and a small slip was passed on to me. Pope Francis will see you now. So I quickly closed the session, took the 80 members, including several Nobel laureates, and normally we have audience with the Pope in the most breathtaking hall in St. Peter's Basilica.
Right.
I was expecting the same thing.
Right.
We walked in. Before we could enter the Basilica, Pope Francis got out of a small car in the parking lot.
Right.
I realized this is a parking lot pitch I'm about to make.
And what did you say to him in that? You had 2 sentences.
I was given all of a minute and a half. So the first sentence I told the Holy Father was, we are gathered here. All of us are concerned about climate change. My second sentence was that the poorest 3 billion people are going to suffer the worst consequences of this climate change, although they had very little to do with that pollution.
Did he answer you?
Yes, the Pope said something a bit in Spanish, and someone translated to me saying, Holy Father wants to know what he can do about it. So I mentioned to him, if you can please include in your speeches that people should be better stewards of the planet.
And it seems like he did that specifically on this encyclical yesterday. What did he say about climate change?
You know, it's one of the most eloquent statements of where we are as human beings on this planet, our relation with nature and our relation with each other. He put climate change in that context, and he clearly made it clear it's a moral, ethical issue to preserve the beauty of the planet as it was given to us and to protect people.
He was very strong. He had some harsh words about the condition of the earth, writing, quote, "The earth, our home, is beginning to look more like an immense pile of filth." Who does the Pope blame, if anyone, for these current conditions?
He was careful not to get into that. I mean, all human beings we are to blame, but the talk I had given at the Vatican pointed out 1 billion people are responsible for most of this pollution. And so the Pope sort of made that distinction between those who are contributing to the pollution and the poor who are going to suffer the consequences.
Yes, he had some call to action on that as far as places like the United States to step up and help other poor countries. Finally, we have to end on this. The Pope has been criticized for those who have said this is not a political issue and maybe he is politically meddling. What is your response to that?
That's where I want to bring in this Pontifical Academy of Science. He's not necessarily relying on United Nations or other nations or politicians. He has his own advisors, Nobel laureates, scientists. So whatever he said in that document is based on the best science that's possible.
All right, we have a lot more on our website, kpbs.org. Ram Ramanathan, thank you so much.
Thank you.